The Silk Road, the network that connected the world. Before airplanes, before cargo ships, before modern highways, there were caravans, long lines of camels walking slowly across endless deserts, merchants carrying silk, spices, gold, and ideas, empires connected not by wires or satellites, but by footsteps. This was the Silk Road. Not a single road, but a vast network of trade routes stretching across continents. It connected China to the Mediterranean world. It linked East Asia to the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. It reshaped history. The story begins during the Han Dynasty of China, around 130 BCE. The emperor sought alliances and trade beyond his borders. Explorers traveled westward, crossing mountains and deserts, discovering lands unknown to China. What they found were powerful kingdoms hungry for Chinese silk. Silk was unlike anything the West had seen. It was soft, light, strong, and luxurious. Roman elites would later value it so highly that silk became worth its weight in gold. From the Chinese capital of Chang'an, caravans began their journey westward. The journey was dangerous. Merchants crossed the Gobi Desert. They navigated the deadly Taklamakan Desert, where a single mistake meant death. They climbed the towering Pamir Mountains. Caravans traveled slowly, sometimes taking months or even years to complete the full route. Camels were essential. Known as the ships of the desert, they could survive extreme heat and go days without water. Along the way, oasis cities became vital resting points. Cities like Samarkand grew rich from trade. Merchants exchanged goods, languages, and stories. The Silk Road was not only about silk. China exported porcelain, tea, paper, and lacquerware. From India came spices and precious stones. From Central Asia came powerful horses. From the Middle East came glassware and textiles. From the Roman Empire came gold, silver, and wine. The Silk Road turned local economies into global networks. But its greatest power was not in goods, it was in ideas. Religions traveled the Silk Road. Buddhism spread from India into China. Islam moved across Central Asia. Christianity reached the East. Temples, mosques, and monasteries appeared along trade routes. Technologies also moved. Papermaking, invented in China, traveled west and transformed the Islamic world and later Europe. Gunpowder, compasses, and printing technology eventually reshaped global history. Even the devastating Black Death traveled along Silk Road routes in the 14th century, showing that connection could bring both prosperity and tragedy. The Silk Road reached another peak during the Mongol Empire in the 13th century. Under Genghis Khan and his successors, a vast empire stretched from China to Eastern Europe. For a time, the Mongols secured the trade routes, making travel safer. This period became known as the Pax Mongolica, the Mongol Peace. Merchants could travel thousands of kilometers under Mongol protection. One famous traveler was Marco Polo, who journeyed from Venice to the court of Kublai Khan in China. His stories introduced Europe to the wonders of the East. Eventually, however, the Silk Road declined. Sea routes became more efficient. European explorers searched for direct maritime paths to Asia. New trade empires rose on the oceans. But the impact of the Silk Road remained. It was the first true globalization network in history. It connected civilizations that once lived in isolation. It encouraged tolerance, exchange, and curiosity. It transformed cities into multicultural centers. Even today, modern trade routes echo the ancient Silk Road. Railways, shipping lanes, highways, all follow the same idea. Connection brings growth. The Silk Road teaches us something powerful. Civilizations do not grow strong alone. They grow strong through exchange, through cooperation, through movement, through dialogue. 4,000 kilometers of deserts and mountains did not stop humanity. Instead, they became bridges. Bridges of silk, bridges of spice, bridges of knowledge. And through those bridges, the ancient world became connected for the first time.